Good time of day, guys. My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry, Ch.7 Minagoroshi. Last episode, Keiichi and co yelled at more old people. This time their target was Oreo, and they successfully, they not directly, but also, I don't freaking know. Oreo's just a weird, stubborn person, but that's besides the point. They got Oreo to agree, fine, we'll support them in saving Satoko, yada yada. And then, political things happened, and the Child Consultation Center is still being stubborn, because old people, I guess that's the gist, old people are stubborn. Unsurprising. But, yeah, that's all besides the point. Nothing really new comes to mind with talking about Sotsu. My dog is barking at air. Let's just continue. So they refused? Oh, Kimiyoshi at school looks cursed. Yes, and I got a call from the local government section. The Child Consultation Center has no intention of listening to us. I was doing the wrong voice. They're still trying to do what they can, but we don't have much time. I even told them that we have no time to spare. The mayor came to the school before noon to explain to us what went down with the officials. We had all gathered in the teacher's office to meet with him. Wow, I don't know the head of the center personally, but he's a pretty tough guy to go against the will of Hinamizawa. He used to work for the prefecture, so he's not familiar with the town council here. He's not treating this like it's a big deal. He's kind of stupid. This isn't any ordinary village he's up against. This is Hinamizawa. What a sad guy. We'll just have to fight them. I spoke with the other council members, and we all agreed that we can't stay quiet anymore. After all, we can't just nod our heads in defeat and back down after I put our name out there. We'll be heading to the consultation center after this ourselves. Okay. I'll get right on arranging for the town council to send some people too. I'm about to go consult Oreo-san on how to handle this. This isn't like with the dam conflict, though. It's an ordinary Saturday. Isn't it going to be difficult to get people to go? Don't worry, Kei-chan. This isn't a city. People are out there farming every day of the week. Whether it's a Saturday or a Tuesday, it doesn't really matter to them. It won't be that difficult to find people who are willing to help out. I say, I tend to think of adults as people who work at big companies. But this is Hinamizawa. I almost forgot about that. The regular government offices usually close at noon on Saturdays, but the Child Consultation Center is open until 3 p.m. and I suddenly have a Discord notification. Can we all be there at 1? I can't promise you how many people I'll be able to bring along, though. Doesn't matter how many people we get, as long as we get people. Thank you for your help. I'm so glad that more adults are involved now. Yeah, this is going to make a huge difference. The number of people we get will depend on what Oreo says. That's true. We'll see how serious she is about helping us based on how many people show up. If the hag's in as good as a mood as my mother says, then we might get about 30 people. From both the staff and the youth group. I think that's a fair guess. 30 adults plus 10 children? Sounds better than yesterday. I'm coming too. I'll bring my megaphone. Yes! Your legendary megaphone! I thought it was broken. That's the one I used to have. The riot squad broke it. Ah, the memories. I can feel the spirit of Onigafuchi making my blood boil. Seems like we're going to be holding a festival on the day before Watanagashi, too. To the consultation center! I wonder if they're still going to tell us that there's no evidence of abuse just because she hasn't admitted to it yet. That's pretty likely. How are things on your end, Rika-chan? Were you able to persuade Satoko to seek help? I did my best. It's all up to her now. I wish Satoko would stop being so stubborn. Guess it's not just old people, then. Sis, there are both times one should and shouldn't be stubborn. I can understand how Satoko must feel. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Oh. one sec. Hello, people. It's been 2 days. To clarify why it's been 2 days since recording that 5-minute part, I initially took a break after that 5-minute point, because my friend called me, and I talked to him for like 10 minutes or so, got back to recording, got like 25 minutes in, and then the game crashed. So that was great. And then I was like, well, I have plans, so I'm gonna go tend to those, hopefully record the rest of the video later. And I never had time to do that, so here we are. So we're gonna speed read for about 20 minutes of regular content, so it should take like probably 10-15 minutes, depending on how fast I can get through. There's not that much, but hopefully it doesn't fucking crash again. But yeah, that's besides the point. Let's get into it.
She might not want any help from us, but we wouldn't be her real friends if we couldn't see how scared she is.
I agree. It'd be easy if Satoko asked us for help, but it'll be too late if we wait for that to happen.
If there's a child in the middle of a busy street, you pull her to the sidewalk before talking to her. Sometimes, actions have to come before words.
I don't know what's up with Minagoroshi and crashing, but it seems to like to do that.
Right. That's a good example. We have to pull her back to the sidewalk first.
I imagine it's not a thing with my computer either, because otherwise, other games I play on my computer that are more intensive, like Hades and Phasmophobia, would crash. But nope, it only happens with this. I don't know if it's because of the mod or because of Steam. It's either a problem with the version of the game on Steam or the mod, but whatever.
I've heard what's going on. Now let's all get back to the classroom and start homeroom. Go home and eat your lunches before you go to the child consultation center, okay? It's not good to skip meals.
At that point, everyone was thinking there wouldn't really be 30 adults there to support us. However, we were wrong. I had no idea how serious Hinamizawa can get. By the time I got there with my 10 classmates, the quiet atmosphere around the library had completely disappeared.
Oh my goodness! Are all these people from Hinamizawa?
Not just Hinamizawa. I see some people from Okinomiya too. You're right. Some of them are even here in their work uniforms. What an incredible sight. Looks like Oreo got really serious.
Apparently. This really is like old times. How I've missed the way I felt during the dam conflict.
Kei! What's going on today? Hey, Kameda-kun. Well, I just called on the whole village to come here. I thought you'd only be able to get kids. How'd you get all these adults here, too? You're making me weak in the knees, man. Whoa, there are so many working... Oh, that fucking bit again. No adults around again. That does not fucking work. That does not roll off the tongue well, and that's a joke lost in translation, I'm sure. So, good job. At least you tried to make it work. Little girls are mankind's greatest treasure. Of course, this many of our comrades would gather here. Not only had many people shown up, but many different kinds of people too, including weirdos. I wonder how many people there are.
I think there's well over 100 so far. More people are still on their way too.
Mahabara-san, I'm sorry for being late. What an amazing crowd you've got together.
So this is the power of Onigafuchi.
I'd heard about this power before, but this is something else. This is reminding me more and more of the dam conflict. But to get this many people to show up. Keiichi-kun, you're amazing. You're the new face of Hinamizawa. Keiichi-kun! There sure are a lot of them, eh? Kimiyoshi-san, how many people did you talk to? I'm not quite sure. We just used the phone list and asked people to gather for a meeting of the Onigafuchi Guardians. Everyone left work and came right here. Hey, you there! This movement is an initiative of the town council, so don't use a banner with the name of the Onigafuchi Guardians on it, okay?
I see Keiichi-kun's father. Hello.
Hello, Rana-chan. Keiichi, I'm here to support you. Your mom wanted to come here too, but she had to stay home and wait for a phone call. She says to do your best and keep at it. I will, thank you. I've heard the stories about the dam conflict, but this is impressive. You're representing all of these people, right? Yeah. I was only representing 5 of us in the beginning, but it's grown so big now that I don't care if there are 100 or 1,000 people here. No matter what, I'll do everything I can to save my friend. Keiichi, this is it. Yep, our force of arms is more than enough. Those losers are peeping at us through the curtains right now. They must be quaking in their boots.
Sir, do you see all those people? What should we do?
There's nothing to do, other than our jobs, of course. If they want to protest, let them. I need to leave for a business trip now, so you can handle them.
But there's a banner that says we want to talk with the head of the office. See?
That banner was the same one that the Onigafuchi Guardians had used in the past. They brought along as many banners as they could reuse. This one said the head of the office, but originally it meant the head of the construction office. Of course, the head of the Ch.7 Consultation Center didn't know about that, and at this point I made a joke that said reduce, reuse, and recycle, huh?
You spoke with 3 of those representatives the other day. According to the people from City Hall, these Hinamizawans have a good memory. If they see you walking outside to the parking lot, they'll recognize your face. Sir, there are some people protesting by the back door too.
What do you mean? Are they going to kidnap me or something?
During the dam conflict, it wasn't uncommon for people to get injured. If you can postpone your business trip, I'd recommend you do so.
I guess that'd be for the best. It's not an emergency, so I'll just stay here for today.
In the next moment, the crackling noise of a speaker echoed outside.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? This is the Hinamizawa Town Council. We're sorry for causing trouble in our neighborhood. Testing, testing.
They were adjusting the output of the speakers. A few trucks carrying those speakers were parked outside. The head of the consultation center finally realized in that moment what it really meant to fight against the village of Hinamizawa.
There are so many people out there. They might barge in at any minute.
If they come inside, they'll disturb our work. Don't let them in.
It was half an hour past the appointed assembly time. The mayor told me that there were still a few more people on their way. Even more people were going to show up? Rena counted up all the people here already and found that there were more than 150 of them. She has a very good memory, obviously. I really doubt we can get this many to come back by Monday afternoon. Hopefully we can finish this today.
Alright, Keiichi-kun, let's begin.
The mayor gave me the green light. He wanted us to chant our slogan in chorus before going inside. It really was like a real protest, but then...
Michan, do you think all of us can fit inside that tiny office? Do you think so?
Of course we can't all fit. We'll split up into those who can go in and those spilling out. That's why we had everyone start chanting together before we go in.
Sis, you can't break or kick anything today.
Like I'd ever do something like that. You got me in so much trouble when you pretended to be me doing all that.
Hey, isn't that Oishi-san? I didn't expect to see him here. Of course, he's my mahjong friend. He came here to support me, even though he's not from Hinamizawa.
Mayabara-san! Hello there!
Oishi-san, you're here right on time. We're getting ready to go inside right now. Oishi was accompanied by a few of his own men. He brought along 4 police officers in uniform.
Mayabara-san, I need to have a little chat with you. Oh, hello there, Mayor Kimiyoshi.
Hello, Oishi-san. What brings you here?
I need to have a talk with the 2 of you right now. May I? Oh, and can it be in private, please?
Eh? What do you need from us?
Well, you're on government property here. Obstructing it for any given reason is prohibited.
I was really taken aback. I thought we were just getting started, but Oishi-san, and by that I mean the police, are telling me to break up the crowd. What do you mean? The government isn't going to listen to the voices of its citizens? I can't do his voice very fast. Look, we're not doing anything wrong. We're here to ask them to help Satoko. Why is that such a bad thing?
You're protesting here without permission, for one. Also, there's a policy at this child consultation center, which allows the caretaker of the building to dismiss any clients when he feels that they're disrupting their service.
The caretaker of the building? Who is that?
Well, that would be the head of the office here.
What a cheap trick. He won't even let us speak our minds. Where are we supposed to protest then? If we have to get off the property, can we do it across the road?
If you want to use public roads, you have to get permission from the public safety department first. You have to contact them through the police. In other words, you have no choice but to disband for today. My Marabara-san. Seems they really do hate you.
This is ridiculous. I don't believe this. We have so many people here in support of Satoko, and you're saying we can't even talk to them? My friend Suno came running over. Oishi-san explained the situation to them, and they reacted exactly the same way I did.
No way! That's horrible! No matter what we say to them, all they do is shut down the amount of people in the group. That's why we brought lots of people here today.
But they do have the right to refuse us. There's nothing we can do about that. We have to either listen to the police or disregard what they say entirely. The damn conflict's been over for a while. I don't want to play that game anymore.
Damn it! What are we going to do then? Do we just have to leave and come back later?
Same thing will happen when we do. They'll just call the police again. The head of the consultation center has no intention of letting us in there ever again. We must have really upset him.
So what are we going to do now?
We'll just have to be patient. If we can't protest on their property, we'll just have to do it from across the road. Seeing that every day will put a lot of pressure on them.
It's going to take way too long.
The government is like the Yakuza. It'll get more complicated if we keep making them mad.
So even the Onigafuchi Guardians can't do anything about this? How pathetic! Can't you do something about this, Uncle?
Shion-chan, in a battle like this, you have to be patient. They're refusing us so blatantly, just like the construction office did in the dam conflict, so we'll just have to surround them and dig in for a prolonged fight.
But that's not going to work. There's so many people here. I was supposed to end this today. Satoko didn't come to school again today. Her uncle called and claimed that her cold had resurfaced. He promised that she'd be back on Monday. But hearing that wasn't any relief to us. Today is Saturday, so there are 2 more days until then. Nothing is guaranteed for Satoko. In the world I imagined, it was too late to save Satoko by the day before Watanagashi. The Satoko in real life hasn't gotten to that point yet. But nothing guarantees that she'll still be fine in just 2 days. I don't know if she'll still be sane the next time we see her. So this is just going to be a stalemate. Do we really have to wait until they make their final decision?
No, Keiichi-kun. We have no time to waste for Satoko-chan. I just know that something bad is going to happen.
We got help from this many people. We can't even go inside the building. Rika-chan said that with tears in her eyes. Damn it, damn it, damn it! I told Rika-chan that I could defeat anything if I put my mind to it. I don't want to give up here. Even a few days ago, we never imagined that we'd get this many supporters. We got approval from the town council and even from Mion's grandma. What else am I supposed to do? What can we do to make our wish come true? Is there something that we haven't done yet? Son of a bitch! Rika-chan, you don't have to look so sad.
Meep.
We're doing everything we can. You believe that, right? Yeah, I believe we did everything we can do. Then we just have to wait for the wind to come. We just have to wait. I'm sure that a strong wind is on its way. When is that? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Okay, we're still not at the point yet. It's like 2 scenes after, well, this scene and the next scene. After that is when it crashed. Satoko was sleeping like the dead. If he didn't send her to school, that annoying teacher might come to harass him again. He really wanted her to go to school today. However, no matter how much he forced her to wake up, she collapsed and went back to sleep. He touched her forehead and realized that she had a high fever. If he sent her to school like that, they might say something about it. He had no choice but to call the school and tell them that she's sick again. Chie asked him many questions, but Teppei told her that she really was sick this time. 1 hour later, he realized he had said something he shouldn't have to the teacher. Ever since he took Satoko in, there had been nothing but trouble. The teacher came to visit him the day after he took her. He received calls every so often, too. They were all from the child consultation center. Every single one of them told him to put Satoko on the phone. Teppei was still certain that Satoko wouldn't give him up, because of her fear that he'd destroy Satoshi's room if he did. However, he wasn't sure how long she'd keep her silence. In short, Teppei had no idea whether or not Satoko would continue to do as she was told. The only thing he knew for absolute certain was that he couldn't control her forever with fear alone. He could frighten her with just a look, but that fear wouldn't last for a very long time. He wanted to leave the house before Satoko got him into trouble. But in order to do that, he needed to find the bank book as soon as possible. Satoko was sleeping like an abandoned kitten inside of a wrinkled blanket. She was sweating heavily and breathing deeply. Both were signs of a very high fever. Teppei wasn't concerned in the least, of course. Instead, he felt that this was his chance. In that state, she wouldn't notice if he went into Satoshi's room. He'd promised her that he wouldn't mess around in there as long as she stayed obedient to him. In reality, he went inside Satoshi's room while Satoko was at school, but he was very careful about putting everything back into place. However, by this point, he'd had enough. He was anxious to leave as soon as he could. Even Teppei could tell that Satoko's fever wasn't from a cold, but from emotional distress. She got even sicker, it could cause even more trouble for him. He slowly crept up the stairs, heading for Satoshi's room. He tried to open the door slowly, but it was stuck on something. He assumed he'd just hit the furniture with the door, but in the next moment, crash, he heard the loud noise of falling metal. Something had been stuck behind the door, and it had knocked over something on the bookshelf.
Teppei clicked his tongue. He had been planning to sneak into Satoshi's room while Satoko was asleep. And shortly after that, he heard Satoko running up the stairs. She wasn't running just because she heard a noise. She was running because she heard a noise from Satoshi's room, and that meant that Teppei was trying to get inside it.
Stop! Stop! Don't go inside Nini's room!
Ah, fuck! I was just gonna look around for a minute. No damn luck. All I need is some cash. I know there's a bank book inside his room. I know that you hid it in there. Be a good girl and tell me where it is.
I don't know anything about a bank book. It's not inside Nini's room. Don't mess around in there. Leave it alone until he comes home. Nini.
Shut the fuck up!
Satoko let out a dull cry as she went rolling across the floor. Satoko's screams echoed around the room. Hitting her would leave a mark, and then the child consultation center, they forgot the word center and it tripped me up, would harass him, and maybe more than that. As a man of violence, it was already stressful enough to be warned not to hit her. But once he hit her on impulse like he just did, his restraint was all gone. Satoko was crying and holding her left cheek. She might have suffered a cut on the inside of it when he punched her. She had bloody drool trickling out of a corner of her mouth.
Fucking hell, that did it. Center's gonna be back here next week. I'm gonna be in real shit if it's still swollen by then. God damn it! This is more trouble than it's worth. Quit it with the Nini already. Are you supposed to be a broken record or something? Get it, you little bitch!
Teppei kicked her and she curled up on the floor. Ever since Rina had abandoned him, nothing good had happened at all. All he got was a whiny little girl. All she can do is cook and clean. Other than that, she just acts scared all the time. So when Satoko started crying like an infant, Teppei also lost his mind.
I said shut up! Didn't you hear me? Who are you whining to?
Okay, so this is the scene where afterwards it crashed.
Damn it!
Oishi-san, will you please leave us alone for today? Satoko is in danger as we speak.
Hey now, if you touch me, I can arrest you for obstructing the law. Damn it!
Stop it, Kei-chan, he's just trying to piss you off.
Hey, old man. You won't live long with that kind of attitude.
Oh, now I'm scared. If you keep on talking to me like that, I'll arrest you for threatening an officer.
Calm down, Keiichi-kun. He's on our side.
What? What are you saying, Rena?
Can't you see? He's being nice to you right now. He's saying these things because he's a policeman, but I still think he's on your side. If he really wanted to make us leave, he wouldn't be talking to us like this. He'd simply use force.
But he's still blocking our way right now. How can he still be on our side?
Oishi-san, you've got to call in the cruiser from the chief. Oh, thanks. I've got to go for now. Start vacating the area, please. If you take another step forward, I'll take it as a declaration of war. Got it memorized? Ha ha ha, Axel reference.
God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna end the recording right here and then restart it to make sure that if it crashes, it doesn't corrupt this again. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hello, Oishi here. Reading you loud and clear. Oishi-san, how's the situation there? It's fine. Everyone's being perfectly reasonable. There are quite a lot of people here, so it's taking time to break them up. Really? We're still getting calls from the Child Consultation Center. They're wondering when you can get them out of there. They'll leave soon. I've already spoken to the leader. It's taking time for him to explain it to his people. If they call again, tell them to wait for a little bit. I heard that the Onigafuchi Guardians are back in action, but it seems like it's not getting too messy this time. Yes. The damn conflict has been over for a long time. Just give them a little bit to pack up and leave. Oishi-san, how could you lie to him like that? You haven't made any progress in persuading the leader yet. Now, was that really a lie? The chief warned us that this could turn into a riot. I think we should call for help and shut this down before anything happens. Kuma-chan, don't be mean. Excuse me? He got this many people together in order to help his friend. That's no small feat, you know? The whole village is here. And that means he persuaded Oreo Sonozaki. It wouldn't be easy for a young boy like him to persuade the Empress. You think Oreo Sonozaki is backing this crowd? The girl they're trying to help is Satoko Hojo, the daughter of the dam supporters. It's hard to believe that the villagers would be trying to save her. There was a thick wall between them and the Hojo family, but he broke that wall down in just a few days. Actually, I've been following his progress up to this point. I saw him at the Watanagashi planning meeting. He's a damn courageous boy. The elders screamed and yelled at him, but he wasn't scared at all. He magnificently brought them over to his side. And after that, they told him that they'd support him if he could also persuade Oreo. Since he's here today, he apparently also succeeded at doing that. He's going to be someone big one day. You should probably get close to him while you still can. I knew it. You were taking it easy today. You're normally very direct, so I was surprised when you started negotiating with him. I want to see Mayabara-san earn a little credit today. Oishi said something that he shouldn't say as a policeman. Kumagai had to struggle to understand what he meant. Giving Oishi a thin smile, he asked him a question. Do you want to leave without disbanding them? Nah, we don't need to treat them special. You don't know anything about the Onigafuchi Guardians, you and Mayabara-san both. They're not as weak as you think. You'll see. You want to wait and see what they do, huh? As usual, we're doing a thankless job. Want a cigarette? Kumagai accepted the offer, taking a cigarette from Oishi's hand. And then it doesn't crash. Fuck yeah. It crashed right there, so that's fucking stupid. Alright, now time to stop speed reading. I don't know why it specifically crashed there. All it did was fade to black and continue the story and end the music. It's not even playing anything. I don't fucking know. Should I report these bugs? Like, I don't have the recordings of them crashing because obviously it corrupted the footage, but I know 2 places where the game crashed, so that's epic. In the next moment, 2 black vehicles stopped short in front of the building, their brakes screaming under the stress. There they come. Look closely, Kuma-chan. Several men... Oh boy, it's this song. Several men wearing well-tailored suits emerged from the vehicles. Some of them looked like muscle-headed gangsters, and some of them more resembled intelligent businessmen. There was a queerly overbearing old man in a hakama with a crest, and what looked like a whole circle of Yakuza leaders arrived after him. Ah, it's this dude. Is Keiichi Mayabara-kun present? Where is he? I'm Keiichi Mayabara. How may I help you? Don't worry, we're on your side. Who are you exactly? Oh, hey, Uncle! Why are you here? I can't believe he actually showed up! Shion and Mion's surprised reactions made me feel nervous. Keiichi-kun, you're the leader here. There's no need to hesitate. Let's go. The group of men clapped me on the shoulders, but I can't go. The police are here. Alright, stop right there, boys. I'm Oishi from the Okinomiya PD. Good afternoon. Where are you all heading? Who do you think you are? How could you stop law-abiding citizens from conducting a protest? Because we're trained to protect the interests of the corporate elite, of course, and not the average citizen. Sorry, I was talking about the current American police. I can't speak on the police force in Japan from the 1980s fully, because this is only a small portion of what police actually did in this time period in this country that I was not alive during and I was not alive in, nor have I ever set foot in. I feel like the fourth wall is just completely gone. Whatever. Well, Sonozaki-sensei, we're here because the Child Consultation Center called us here. Sonozaki-sensei? Is he a teacher from some school? Wait, no, I don't have time to joke around. This man in a hakama must be the Sonozaki family's representative on the Prefectural Assembly. I heard that he's a really scary guy when he raises his voice, just like Mion's grandma. Shut up! Get away, you damn pig! Who gave you orders to get in their way? The chief of police ordered us here. I can't disobey him, you know? The Okinomiya police chief? He's going to hear some real complaints from me later. Tell him to be ready. Oishi's partner was doing his best not to laugh. Okay, I'll relay that message to him. Anyway, there are rules in this city. Like how the caretaker of a building can order people to vacate their property if he thinks that they can cause trouble for his business. As Oishi-san explained in a strange, half-troubled and half-delighted manner, one of the intelligent-looking guys started talking instead of Representative Sonozaki. Hello, I'm the attorney, Sonozaki, from the Sonozaki Law Consultancy Office. I went over the laws that apply to the Child Consultation Center. Their claim is unjust, and it could be considered an abuse of their official authority. Here's a copy of the regulations. Furthermore, Keiichi Mayabara-san is the appointed leader of the Hinamizawa Unified Council. This is the power of attorney issued by the council. The Hinamizawa Unified Council is a Good Samaritan organization of citizens formed under the observation of the Shishibone local government section. That makes him a proper representative of the organization, and he went through the proper channels. Rejecting his appeal is a clear abuse of authority and violates the municipal public servant regulations. Therefore, the order made by the head of the Child Consultation Center is unlawful, and if the police continue to interfere with this movement, then... Okay, I understand. My apologies. Well then, you can carry on, everyone.
That's what you should have said from the beginning! Let's go, Keiichi-kun!
Wait, you might be disrupting their businesses if everyone goes inside. Don't worry, only the representatives are going in. Is even that going to just interrupt their business? With 4 couches in the visitors' room, I assume they can easily hold 10 people in there. I guess you know better. Please go on ahead then. Wait, what? Did they change his name to Sonozaki Councilman now? Why? It was representative before. Whatever.
Mayabara-kun, let's go! Nobody's going to stop us now!
Oh, yes sir! Hey, Rena, Mion, Shion, Rika-chan, we're going in!
Yeah! Let's go!
Is this all part of Orio's plan? Probably. I didn't think she'd talk to these guys too.
No matter how you look at it, it's the Sonozaki family giving us the most support. I wonder what made the hag change her mind. I'm not surprised at all. I always believed that Michan's grandma would help us.
Really? I said some nasty things to her last night. But right now I could kiss her.
Alright, everyone. We're going inside.
Yeah! The crowd cheers. The main event is about to begin.
Mayabara-san! Please save Hojo-san! Please help rescue Satoko-chan!
Hey, Mayabara boy! Good luck! This is your show! We wish you luck! Angel Mort Grenadiers! Secure the path of retreat! Support the charge! Okay, show us what you got! I will! I'm going to get them! Mayabara-san, we'll wait for you here. We look forward to hearing the good news.
Yes, bring us good news. I'll be waiting for you too.
I pumped my fist in the air in response to their high expectations. We entered the Child Consultation Center, backed by the power of the Sonozaki family. I finally made it. It was cool inside the building, unlike the outside world. I could still hear the crowd, but at a lower volume. It was loud enough to hear their cheers. The staff in the building must have known who we were. They tried to concentrate on their work as if they didn't see us. Is this the same frickin' lady from before?
I really need to ask for a raise. Hello, sir. How may I help you today?
I'm Mayabara Keiichi. I'm here to request that Satoko Hojo be put under protection immediately. Okay, did 2 different translators translate this one line? What the fuck?
Just go get the person in charge here! A representative of the Hinamizawa Town Council is here to see him.
He is unable to see you at this time. I will take a message for him.
Hello, I'm a lawyer from the Sonozaki Law Consultancy Office. For the purpose of its future use, I will be recording our conversation from this point forward. We would like to be treated responsibly by the Child Consultation Center.
I will try and see if he's available. Please wait for a moment.
Harayama-kun, it's been a while.
No, he's here. Representative Sonozaki, how have you been?
I'm here today as a member of the Hinamizawa Town Council. May I see the head of the office, please?
Of course. Hey you, take them to the reception area inside the boss's room and serve them some tea. I guess the power of a representative can really get public officials moving. I heard that there are both prefectural, and municipal representatives in the Sonozaki family. We have the power of both of them today. Wait, is the councilman and the representative a different person? Okay. Or do they just change his name because he does both? Whatever.
And that means we have nothing to fear. We were inside his office, but the head of the office wasn't to be found. I'm sure he's somewhere in this building. All the exits are blocked. There's no way he could escape from us. He better not be thinking that he can hide from us all day. Why do they care this much? Like, I know I've made this point several times in the last couple episodes, but why the fuck does the consultation center care this much about not hearing their plea and doing what they want? Like, they still get paid at the end of the fucking day. Do they get paid more if they don't help Satoko and don't listen to random people? Like, come the fuck on. Jesus Christ. The head of the office, in fact, was peeping out through the blinds of the meeting room on the second floor. He was shaking in fear.
Why are they inside the building? What are the police doing? Well, actually, both the prefectural and municipal Sonozaki representatives are here. They have a lawyer with them too. They're asking for an answer, but only management has the authority to respond. Okay, I've got it. Today is Saturday, it's nearly 3, right? I'll just stay here until then. Have them leave after we close up. Meanwhile, I'll talk with the municipal manager about what to do next. I thought he told you to concede. He said something about a town council. I was expecting a bunch of neighborly old men. I never thought I'd see representatives and lawyers and Yakuza. Who'd have thought there would be 200 people out there? Well, that's Hinamizawa. Anyway, the office is closing in 10 minutes. I'm sure they'll threaten me if I meet with them. But I'm not going to concede. That's my duty as a civil servant.
That would be the opposite, sir.
I've been working for the government for 40 years, and I'm not ashamed to boast about that.
It's actually very shameful, dude, to boast about that when you are a piece of shit.
I'll never compromise just because some gangster threatens me.
In the next moment, the phone in the conference room rang loudly. The head of the office nearly jumped out of his skin. Scared even of the phone, he told the manager to tell whoever it was that he wasn't there.
Hello? This is Harayama. Oh, thank you, I'll let him know. Sir, it's the municipality calling. Hello? I'm in deep trouble. There are about 200 people surrounding the consultation center right now. They even have representatives on their side. Oh, what should I do? If we're forced to help that child, then... Wait, what will happen? Oh god, I can't think of something bad that'll happen. I'm just stubborn.
Ida, this is the municipal whatever the fuck chief from that one tip. I forgot the voice I gave him.
I did tell you this would happen. But it's your job as a municipal government to control trouble within the town councils. Do something about this. It is your sworn duty to take care of this.
That's not our job.
Our job is to support the growth of the local communities in the region, and I don't care! Can't you do something about this?
At this point, you have no choice but to accept the request. I think you should stop being so stubborn about policy. A government is there for its citizens, isn't that right? Can't you just peacefully accept their appeal?
You're an official too, aren't you? How dare you take the side of the people?
That's what it should fucking say, mask off.
I'm not going to concede. I'm going to follow the regulations. A civil servant's duty is to conduct business impartially. I've never broken that rule in my entire career.
Oh, so it's just about arbitrary rules that you're not in charge of. Got it.
I passed the administrator's exam because I always follow the rules.
Well, it's your decision. We'll do our best to help. But I told you, didn't I? I know I did. I know I told you not to get them upset.
Fine! Then I won't ask for your help anymore. I'm hanging up the phone.
Click.
Sir, even if you manage to get away from them today, they'll come back again on Monday. What are you going to do then? I'm sure that the mayor knows about this by now. This will definitely come up at the weekly meeting. I haven't done anything that would upset the mayor. No matter what he says to me, that's what I'll tell him.
The phone rang once again. Also, once again, the head of the office trembled in fear. The manager had to reluctantly pick up the phone.
Yes? Eh? Can you transfer here? Yes, this is the right office. One moment, please. Sir, you have a call from City Hall. City Hall? Not the municipal offices? Who is it now? It's the mayor.
Ah, okay, different mayor, duh.
Yes, that's right. The members of the town council in Hinamizawa. Yes, I understand. Please listen to what they have to say.
No, that's not true. It's important to be impartial and unbiased, but you must act according to the occasion. Yes, please do so. After you're done, please come to the mayor's office and give me your report. I expect you by 6 p.m. Thank you very much. The man spoke with a gentle demeanor, but in a tone that didn't allow objection. Then the elderly man in a double suit set the receiver down. I fucking knew this was what was happening here. Thank you for that. Oreo was sitting on the couch in the reception area. Akane was there with her, too. Not a problem. It's been a while since you visited City Hall. I was surprised to see you here today. Sorry for the surprise. If I'm going to ask someone a favor, I want to see them in person. Thank you, really. It's no problem at all. I'm sorry that our staff were so impolite. I should have taught them better. Maintaining a good relationship between municipal governments and town councils is vital. So he says. However, the mayor couldn't believe that Empress Sonozaki came all the way to see him just to save one little girl. It's a huge deal when Oreo Sonozaki comes directly to his office. It's also unusual for her to do things indirectly to begin with. Rather than leading the charge herself, she was having Keiichi Maebara save Satoko. The mayor understood that she was doing this so Keiichi Maebara would get all the credit. Because of that, he was very interested in this young Keiichi Maebara. He sounds like quite the young man. I can't believe that he's gone so far just to save his friend from an abusive relative.
I know! He's one of a kind. I'm not worried about the future of Hinamizawa as long as someone like him is around. I can die peacefully now.
Please, Mother, don't joke around like that.
It was worth living this long if I was able to meet someone like him. Take care of that Keiichi boy if something happens again.
You've grown so fond of him. Are you still mad at me for not having any boys?
It was now 3 p.m. and I heard the announcement that the center was closing. The head of the office finally showed up in the room. He seemed like a totally different person. When I first met him, he had a cold attitude and responded to questions with blunt answers. But now he was much nicer and agreed with everything we said. I guess the power we held must have intimidated him. If I was alone, I would have never gotten him to listen to me. It's thanks to everyone's support that I'm able to talk to him now.
I understand. I'm very sorry for all the confusion. We will take action immediately. Manager, please call Hojo-san's house right now. Yes, sir.
Satoko, finally! You're finally free! Yay. And then the game crashes. Teppei stopped kicking her as he heard the phone ring. He could ignore the call, but if it was someone from the Child Consultation Center, they might become suspicious of him. He'd hurt Satoko enough to leave bruises. He couldn't let them visit. So he had no choice but to deal with them over the phone.
That's enough for now! You better remember where you hid the bank book by the time I come back!
All Satoko could do was curl up and cry. I'm just gonna say this now. This background in particular, this one background, looks way more... It looks like a literal fucking painting while everything else looks like digital art. Like, this looks like they painted it and then scanned it in. And at least the phone. Everything else... Well, no. Yeah, like... Just this one background in particular is in a different art style, which I've noticed since the phone first showed up in whatever fucking arc it was. But I could never put my finger on why this particular background looked so different. Kind of irrelevant, I realize, breaking up the action to talk about how this picture of a phone looks like a painting instead of digital art, but, you know.
Hello? Who is it?
Good afternoon. This is the Shishibone Child Consultation Center.
Again? Do you guys have nothing better to do? Why don't you stop calling me and work on your other cases? You're getting paid with the taxes I pay, you know.
Little did they know, he does not pay taxes.
We're very sorry to interrupt you. One of our social workers will be visiting your home shortly. May I get permission for them to enter the premises, please?
No way! We're cleaning the whole house right now. We can't have any visitors today. Come back again some other time.
The consultation center wouldn't give up. Teppei wanted to hang up the phone, but if he did, he knew that they'd show up for sure.
I was told that Satoko-san didn't come to school today. She's home, isn't she? If she's really sick, she should be resting at home, I expect. There's something quite urgent that I need to ask her. The hell do you need her for? I'm her guardian, so I'll answer you instead. Are you refusing to put Satoko-san on the phone? I'm not refusing! I'm just saying that I'll answer your questions in her place. Can't you see what I'm saying? What's your name anyway? I'm asking you one more time. May I speak with Satoko-san, please? Gah! Damn it! He thought dealing with government officials was a bit like playing whack-a-mole. If you hit them hard enough, they won't show up for a while. But today, whoever was on the phone seemed so provocative and self-assured. Teppei sensed that they'd definitely come to the house if he didn't put Satoko on. And if they sounded like that over the phone, if they came to the house, they might be bringing along more than just a couple of people. For all Teppei knew, they might even bring a police officer. If they did, he couldn't turn them away at the entrance. He knew too well just how scary police officers could be. Look, wait a minute. Now go and wake her up. Give me some time. He covered the phone with his hand and spoke to Satoko downstairs. Oh, Satoko! The Child Consultation Center wants to ask you something. Can you come to the phone, please? Okay. Even though he had just been beating her, Teppei was addressing Satoko in a sweet, phony voice. It would disturb people to hear him talk like that, no kidding. Satoko knew that his sweet voice was the scariest tone of voice he had. That's actually a very interesting line. She couldn't refuse after hearing him talk like that, so she obeyed him and went upstairs. Teppei grabbed... Wait, your phone is upstairs? Wait, I thought you were beating her upstairs. Did you kick her down the stairs and then kick her more? What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Teppei grabbed Satoko's shoulders with all his might and whispered into her ear. No matter what happens, we're a happy family, right? Don't you dare forget that. Alright?
Yes.
Remember, if you upset me, I'll destroy Satoshi's room. If you behave well, then I promise you that I will never enter his room again. Is that a deal? Huh? Huh? He squeezed her shoulders even tighter. Satoko contorted her face in pain. We're making up now, right? Huh?
Yes. We're a happy family.
Teppei gave the phone to Satoko as soon as she nodded. He stood behind her, continuing to grip her shoulders tight. It was like a raptor gripping its prey with its sharp talons. Satoko Hojo-san, this is Harayama speaking from the Child Consultation Center. How's everything going so far? Are you having any problems with Teppei-san? The volume on the phone was low enough that Teppei couldn't hear what they were saying. However, he squeezed Satoko's shoulders harder and urged her to say something, because her silence could be interpreted as a negative answer.
Yes. Everything is working out between my uncle and I.
Hold on, just making sure. Sneaky. You don't have any problems with him? Ah, sure. Go ahead. Hello? Satoko! It's me, Keiichi! Are you okay?
Yeah. It's safe here.
Satoko, we're about to come save you. If you admit that you need help, the Child Consultation Center will put you under their protection immediately. It's not just the center either. The mayor of Shishibone City is supporting us too. Crazy, isn't it? It's all thanks to the Sonozaki family. Mion's grandma is doing all of this for you. Satoko always felt bitter toward the Sonozaki family, because they were often the ones talking about her behind her back. She hated Oriel most of all. That's also interesting. It didn't make sense to her that Oriel would do anything to help her. I know you went through a lot of hard times after the dam conflict. I didn't notice it, but you were being treated coldly for a long time. But I took care of all those people for you. No one will ever treat you badly in Hinamizawa again. I wish I could show you all the people that have gathered around the Child Consultation Center right now. Everyone from Hinamizawa is here to save you. They're even skipping the preparation for tomorrow's festival. Huh? Oh, sure. I have a message from the Sonozaki family. Mion's grandma said to say hello to you. She's sorry about how she treated you. She wants you to come visit her house sometime. You hear that? She's on your side now. She went to see the mayor in person, just for you. But you know, the same goes for us too. We've been coming to the Child Consultation Center every day since you were taken away.
Everyone has been supporting us, and all for your sake. Now we have the whole village of Hinamizawa on our side. Hang on, Rika-chan wants to talk to you.
Satoko? It's Rika. Rika. Keiichi brought it all to an end for you. The people of Hinamizawa aren't going to be mean to you anymore. So no one will ignore you when we go shopping together. They won't treat you differently from me anymore. No one will treat you coldly anymore.
Satoko wasn't sure if she should feel happy or sad that Rika noticed how badly the villagers were treating her. All she could do was let out a bitter laugh.
I can't believe that. Indeed, I can't believe it either. Rika?
Satoko was surprised. She was surprised to hear Rika's voice sound so mature over the phone. Oh. I was using the wrong voice then. She almost sounded like a different person. When you were taken away by your uncle, I thought it was an unchangeable fate. I gave up, thinking that there was nothing but a dead end ahead of us. I'm sure you felt that way too. But I found out that there's no such thing as fate. There's no dead end ahead of us. Keiichi broke that wall down and smashed it into 1,000,000 pieces. Satoko, don't give in to misfortune anymore. We're almost there. All you need to do is nod your head.
But I have to get stronger.
That's because of how much you suffered. You're trying to overcome that. You felt guilty towards Satoshi because you hid behind his back when you were abused by your aunt. I know that you're trying to take Teppei's abuse as a form of self-punishment. I understand that you're trying to get stronger as an apology toward your brother. I can respect that courage, and it shows how much you've grown up. Satoshi would be proud of you if he was here right now. He would pat your head. He would pat it so gently. Did you really believe what I just said? That's not good, Satoko. You're nowhere near as strong as Satoshi, not at all. Rika's words were suddenly toned with malice, penetrating Satoko's heart the moment she thought she was saved. You think that taking this abuse will make you stronger, but is this really that different from last year? You're just waiting here for Satoshi to come home. You're waiting for him to come back and save you again. You don't even know what kind of strength Satoshi held within him. Satoshi didn't just cry and quake in fear like you're doing. He fought. He fought his horrible aunt. He fought in order to save you. Remember the sight of Satoshi standing up to your aunt? The one you cried in terror from? With his arms spread wide to protect you? Satoshi was just as scared as Satoko was. All she'd ever seen was her brother's back. She had no idea what kind of expression he was wearing on his face. He didn't want to stand in front of his furious aunt, but he had no choice if he wanted to protect his sister. Satoko never once saw how scared he was, and she never once saw how courageous he was in spite of that. Satoshi fought. He didn't just take the violence that was dealt to him. He fought it and struggled against it. I was no different from you once. I stopped fighting because I gave up. I stopped struggling against it. I chose to accept fate and quietly endure my pain. I thought it was a waste of time to seek help, just like you. I was just waiting for someone to come along who would change my circumstances. But I've decided to fight. That's why I'm on the phone with you now. I'm going to change this fate on my own. I'm going to persuade you to nod your head. Satoko? He's right behind you, isn't he?
Yes, he's here.
Look at his face now. See how evil and scary he looks. Realize how brave Satoshi was to fight back against that furious face. If you want to give something back to Satoshi, don't just take his abuse without seeking help. You have to do what Satoshi did for you. Can't you recognize that? Satoko slowly looked back at her uncle, though she was afraid to do so. He was wearing an unpleasantly broad grin while gripping her shoulder so tightly. Ultimately, it wasn't even really about dealing with her aunt or uncle. It was about dealing with her fear. Satoshi faced his fear. He could have chosen to run from it, or to sit and take it, but he fought for his little sister instead. He fought that fear and didn't falter. And what was Satoko doing? She believed that the violence she was suffering was the punishment she deserved. However, Rika wasn't wrong. Satoko wasn't trying to gain strength at all. She was only shutting herself out until someone came to save her. She wasn't doing anything on her own. She was only waiting for someone else to do something about it. Satoshi faced it. He faced this fear. That was his strength. Are you scared? Are your teeth chattering? Are you feeling shivers running down your spine? That's exactly how Satoshi felt when he tried to protect you. You have to understand that. Do you know what Satoshi wanted from you? Do you know what he was trying to show you? If you don't know, Satoshi will never come back to you.
Huh? What's the deal? It's taken so long!
Satoko was consumed by fear. Her teeth were chattering, and she felt shivers running down her spine. And that was what Satoshi felt every time she cried. Show us your strength, Satoko. Show Satoshi how much you've grown up over the past year. Show Satoshi that you've grown as brave as he is.
Rika, but I...
Even if she asked for help that very minute, Teppei wasn't just going to disappear. Once she asked for help, she'd need to survive until someone physically came to her house to rescue her. Satoko ached all over her body. Her wounds were pulsing along with her heartbeat, and she could taste the blood in her mouth. It wasn't as easy as Rika made it sound. One nod wasn't going to solve everything at once. They had no idea how hard it was for her to nod. What did her Nini look like when he protected her? She couldn't remember his face, but she remembered the strength in his words. And she even may have heard a little bit of fear in his voice. But even so, he still fought. He faced his fears and fought for her sake. Satoko was scared, just like Rika said. Her teeth were chattering, and she felt shivers running down her spine. But she had to face him. She had to challenge him, to fight him, and to break the cycle. Satoko, I'm going to give the phone to an employee of the consultation center. Tell them with your own words.
Yes. Yes.
Show me that courage.
Hello again. It's Hariyama from the Child Consultation Center.
Please allow me to ask you one more time. Are there any problems between you and your uncle? Satoko looked at Teppei again as she listened to the question. Looked straight into the face of terror. All she ever did was hide behind Satoshi's back. Show me that courage. It wasn't only Rika. Her Nini was watching her too.
Me.
Excuse me? Could you please repeat that?
Help me!
The moment the words left her mouth, Teppei clocked his niece upside her head with every bit of strength he had in him. Satoko rolled down the hallway, still clutching the telephone receiver.
Oh, Satoko! You finally betrayed me, huh?
I hate you! Get out of my house! This house belongs to my Nini and me! This house belongs to my family! I hate you! Get out of here!
You little bitch!
Satoko wasn't just going to take a beating any longer. Instead, she spread her arms wide and jumped onto her uncle. Of course, that wasn't going to hurt Teppei at all. Satoko was as weak as a newborn puppy to him. That was, however, the best attack she had at her disposal. Satoko was fighting for the first time in her life. She had decided to stop waiting for somebody to save her. In the end, Satoko was the only one who could save herself. Enduring her uncle's violence had never meant anything at all. She had thought she learned something from her Nini, but she had been mistaken this whole time.
What's with that look in your eyes, huh? I'm gonna push your front teeth in!
But just as Teppei raised his fist, someone loudly hammered on the front door.
Teppei Hojo! Open up! This is the police!
Teppei couldn't help but jump in surprise. It had barely been a minute since Satoko asked for help over the phone.
When did they have teleporters? Open up this door! If you don't, we're going to break it down! Break it down now!
Bad timing for a joke like that? Probably. How did it turn out? How's Satoko-chan?
Satoko-chan asked for help. The Child Consultation Center is going to take action now.
But she's still in danger! Teppei might kill her for betraying him! We had heard a violent noise right after she asked for help. In other words, Satoko had been brave enough to do that in front of her uncle.
We have to get there right away! Can someone give us a ride?
Several of the villagers who came by car started their engines. The crowd had started to realize what was going on. Damn it. We're coming as fast as we can, Satoko!
Oh, don't worry about that, Mayabara-san. The police entered the Hojo residence not a moment ago. He wouldn't have had any time to hurt Satoko-chan. Except for the one uppercut.
What? But why?
No idea. It's a mystery to me. Anyway, could you break up this crowd already? I'll be leaving for now, so excuse me. Have a good year! It's June! I don't care!
Oishi must have contacted someone as soon as he heard Satoko asking for help. The police had surrounded Satoko-chan's house ahead of time?
Well, they've been on him, haven't they?
I get it. They were suspecting him of Rina's murder.
Freudian slip.
It all makes sense now.
Wait, who's Rina?
Get in the car, everyone. Let's hurry back to Hinamizawa.
Let's go! There were several officers combing the Hojo residence. Satoko was sitting by the porch, talking with another officer. She had some painful-looking bruises all over her face.
Satoko-chan! Are you okay? Are you? Do I look okay to you?
Coach! She needs treatment right away! Let's take her to the clinic. Can you walk, Satoko-chan?
Satoko nodded to the coach and stood up. It looked painful for her, but even so, I felt relieved to see her better than I expected. However, the cruel bruises inflicted all over her body were too horrible to look at. I'll never forgive that man for abusing a little girl like her. My body shivered in anger. CG.
Satoko. Did you see what I did, Rika? I can act when it counts.
Yes, I saw your courage. You won. You broke the bonds of fate.
Both Rika-chan and Satoko cried and hugged each other. I soon heard another car coming. I immediately knew who it had to be. It was Oishi-san's police cruiser, radiating a cold aura.
We should have acted more quickly. I'm sorry we weren't more help.
No, don't be sorry! If not for you, Oishi-san, he would have done even more horrible things to her. Thank you so very much.
I guess you can be a nice person sometimes.
So, how is she doing?
The coach is looking after her. She was injured pretty badly.
No, Kuma-chan. What happened to Teppei?
We got him. Komiyama-san took him to the station.
So he won't come back to this house ever again?
It's not like he's going to get the death penalty or a life sentence. I don't want to think about this, but he might come back someday. I mean, it just has to be more than fucking like 10 years, come on.
Yeah, well, we won't let him. I'll make sure he can never come back to this village.
That works too.
Oh my, oh my. The successor of the Sonozaki family is saying such scary things already. You can't threaten him or anything, you know.
I'm not going to threaten him. I'm just going to advise him that he should never come back to Hinamizawa or Okinomiya. Otherwise, something terrible might happen to him.
I guess advice isn't too bad then.
So is Satoko-chan free now? Is that really it? Is it over?
I don't know. I think there will be more issues to come. Once Teppei loses his parental rights, we'll need to find a new guardian for Satoko. Someone has to take care of her. But there's no need to worry. I'm sure that the Sonozaki family is going to back her up. We'll make sure Satoko is happy.
Irie took Satoko to the clinic. He says her injuries aren't as bad as they look, though.
Really? That's good to hear. Turns out Teppei is very weak, I guess.
I wonder if she can leave the clinic by tomorrow, I wonder.
Or maybe he's just holding back, I guess, because, you know, beating up a 10-year-old girl with all your power, just, it sounds like you'd kill her. Like, even if you're not a hulking, probably at least 6'3" blonde dude, you know? Great teacher Onizuka looking ass.
I'm sure those injuries will take more than a day to heal.
I'm sorry for stealing your joke, by the way, Evan.
That's not what she's talking about, me. Tomorrow is the Watanagashi festival. It's been a really hectic week. But if we can all go to the festival together, I think that will be our happy ending. Right. It'll serve as proof that we got our happy world back with our own hands.
I agree. I'm sure Satoko wants to see Kei-chan's auction in action. Ah! I almost forgot about that!
Satoko will be coming for sure.
Yay. Before I knew it, lots of people from the village had joined us. They were the same people who came to the Child Consultation Center to support us. They wanted to know if Satoko was safe. Considering her injuries, safe might not be the right word. However, she is free from the curse of her uncle now. Her emotional scars will slowly heal. We'll be there for her, as her friends. No, it wasn't just us anymore. The whole village is going to be there for her. The ghost of the dam conflict won't haunt Satoko any longer. It was a very long week. In this 1 week, we united, we fought, we overcame, and we won. It wasn't an easy victory. However, the price we paid was more than worth it. Tomorrow is the Watanagashi Festival, the biggest festival in the village. It's a huge event where we worship the guardian of this village, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama is a god who united two enemy peoples. The curse on the Hojo family has disappeared, and Satoko is truly going to be a part of the village. We'll all be playing at the festival together. This is a perfect happy ending. When our ordinary days were taken from us, we all felt so powerless. But now we have everything back. What else can you call that but a miracle? No, you can't actually call it that. Miracles can be created when everyone works together. What's impossible to do alone becomes possible when everyone joins forces. With everyone's power, we were able to make impossible things happen. And that's only a natural outcome of everyone doing their best together, so it's not a miracle. In other words, it was inevitable. The old legends in this village tell us that Oyashiro-sama made it possible for humans and demons to live together. I'm not sure what that story really means, but I'm sure that Oyashiro-sama made something impossible happen. We can be proud of what we did. I'm sure Oyashiro-sama is proud too.
Hey, Mayabara boy! We did it! You pulled it off! It was worth showing up every day!
My supporters cheered me on. They were all glad that Satoko was finally safe. The sense of accomplishment at saving Satoko finally hit us, and we hugged each other, sharing praises for our struggle. Yay! But it ain't done yet!
This chapter is very nice, but I'll be honest, I do still think I should probably read this in case it disappears. The more she got hurt, the more her heart became timid. The deeper her sadness became, the less she could enjoy happiness.
Okay, it stayed for a while. Whatever.
I think so far, though, like, obviously this chapter ain't quite over yet, but we're most of the way done.
The same time, the same world had repeated 1,000 times. The girl who had forgotten how to smile locked her heart away and isolated herself. I'll just click through. When she noticed the light coming in through a gap, she raised her head. Did Pandora's hope ever really exist? Minagoroshi. With the courage taken back, the truth of the darkness can be revealed. The future she had given up on was now right in front of her eyes. Yay. Okay, we're just going from place to place. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say beforehand. Although this chapter ain't quite over yet, there's still probably a couple hours left, an episode or two, maybe 3, depending on how much they decide to continue from here. I don't friggin' know. I do really like this chapter so far, but I will be honest, I do still prefer Sumihoroboshi so far. Sumihoroboshi's just very fucking ridiculous. I feel like it's just too fucking good. This one's fine, don't get me wrong. It's unfair for me to rank the chapters right now, I feel. But Minagoroshi is probably, what, smack dab in the middle? Maybe? Like, Sumihoroboshi, Onigafuchi, and, Mayakashi, I think I'd prefer over Minagoroshi so far, while, Watanagashi and Tatarigoroshi and Himatsubushi are behind. I can't really rank them beyond that. Like, that group of 3, Minagoroshi in the middle, and then, like, Onigafuchi and Mayakashi I can't decide between. Sumihoroboshi's still my favorite so far. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Like, this chapter's super well written, and I feel like it's really doing Satoko justice, because, like, you know, Satoko has really been a backseat character, I feel, in every arc except for Higurashi, where she was off-screen most of the time still, and Mayakashi, where she got her time in the spotlight standing up to Shion, which I guess is kind of a parallel to what she just did to Teppei, obviously, though she didn't die, but still. So having a chapter that does her this much justice, even while, again, she's off-screen most of the time, is pretty good. Even though she is definitely the club member who has the least screen time, because, like, what's her role in, like, Watanagashi? She dies. Onigafuchi, she's off-screen most of the time. Himatsubushi, she's not there. And Sumi Horoboshi, she's there. Nothing good happens to her, nothing bad happens to her, really. She's just there. Like, even Rika gets more of the spotlight than Satoko and Sumi Horoboshi, but that's besides the point. I don't know how much we have left of Minagoroshi, but this is probably the longest episode of this series so far, which is perfectly fine. This was a very, very good part, and I liked it. I'm excited to see how it continues and eventually wraps up, however long that'll take to get to. I actually was surprised to see when I checked, like, some of my documents and stuff and my playlists. I started Minagoroshi in fucking mid-May, which was it's fucking surprising. It's almost mid-July now. Has this chapter really taken me 2 months so far? It's fucking ridiculous. I thought I was going faster than that, but I guess I wasn't. I don't know. I had a lot of fucking off weeks the past, realistically, 8 months, but that's besides the point. 9 months even. Maybe even 10. I don't fucking know. Regardless, that's it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, then be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!